What's up, you beautiful people? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new Spider-Man Miles Morales video, and today it is a special one. This is a video that you guys always seem to enjoy, and that is a suit showcase. Well, more specifically, I guess we're going to be taking a look at every single suit in the Miles Morales video game. Now, keep in mind, of course, at the time of this recording, which is the 16th of November, keep in mind that, of course, maybe a few months from now, if we end up getting DLCs or anything like that, this video might be out of date because there might be new suits that come out. But let's put it this way. These are all the suits that are available in the game when you purchase it and when you've played through it all the way through and have played the new game plus. So this is literally everything that you get out of the box. So with all that in mind, you guys know the drill. If you guys do enjoy today's video, please don't forget to go on ahead and hit that thumbs up button. We're going to be taking a look at all 19 of the different Miles Morales costumes. And the other thing I do want to mention, guys, is of course, once you've hit the thumbs up button, let me know in the comment section below your top 3 suits. You don't have to organize them specifically, I guess, in the order that you think the best suit is number 1 and the least of those, or the least of those top 3 that you like least would be number 3. I couldn't have said that any more complicated than this, but nevertheless, basically what I'm getting at is that if you're struggling picking just one suit, I get it. Trust me, there's a lot of really cool costumes, so maybe just pick your top 3. All right, so let's kick things off with suit number 1. So this is the sportswear attire. As you can see, it is looking pretty epic. This is the very first costume that we see Miles wear in this game. So essentially, it is a pretty standard costume as far as the actual suit design is concerned. It's pretty much the Spider-Man costume for the most part, but he has a jacket over top of it, along with some shorts, obviously wearing some sneakers and a hoodie, as well as the jacket plus gloves. But it's pretty much the Marvel Spider-Man. You can see the mask design, the torso design. It's pretty much the exact same thing. Then we get the next costume, which is the Great Responsibility suit. And this is Peter's gift to Miles in the context of the story. Of course, also, I should mention this. If you don't want to be spoiled on anything, obviously don't watch this video because there will be some elements that are spoiled just via the costumes and the discussion around those costumes. But this is the Great Responsibility costume, and I think it is obviously pretty cool looking. I really do like that it has the oversized mask, so you can see it's Peter's best attempt to, I guess, sew a costume for Miles, and you can see that he messed up the size, so you can see all of that kind of like all extra material around the neck, extra material around the elbow pads and such. And I really do love that he actually includes for Miles elbow pads and knee pads, because he's so concerned for him as he will don the role of Spider-Man while Peter is out of town. Next up from there, we have suit number 3, which is the homemade suit. So this is, I guess, Miles's take on being the homemade costume Spider-Man. I think it's an all right looking costume. It might be my least favorite aside from one other one. It's all right looking. I do like the Timberland shoes, looks pretty stylish there, but aside from that, I'm not really sure about that kind of like dark burgundy brownish that they use for the most of the costume. It just seems to kind of blend too much with the red. I wish it was a bit more of a stark color, because I think then it would work a bit better. But it does look cool in terms of the fact that it's a bit of an homage to how Peter has his own homemade design as well. From there, we have the tracksuit, which of course was obtainable early and unlockable early had you pre-ordered the game. So if you did, you would get this right out of the box, and you'd be able to go on ahead and actually not worry about unlocking it with the use of activity tokens and tech tokens, but you could just go on ahead and unlock it right away. It's a really cool design. I personally kind of wish that this was the costume that he designed with Genki in the storyline, when he finally really accepts the fact that he is Spider-Man and he is going to go on ahead and really step up to the plate, when he no longer has those like doubts and hesitations about being Spider-Man. I think it would have been cooler if he designed this suit instead of the classic suit, just because the classic suit is pretty much the same design as we see in the comics, whereas for the advanced suit in Marvel Spider-Man, Peter Parker has a very similar design to this. So I think that it's really cool that Miles has his own kind of take on that particular costume, and I think it's a really, really sick looking design for sure. Then from there, we have the animated suit. So if you like the animated design, it is indeed available. This is not Into the Spider-Verse. So some people confuse this suit and say that this is the Into the Spider-Verse suit. It is actually not. This is just an animated design for his costume. It looks very kind of anime-esque just because of the cell shading and the design. I think it's a really cool design, and I think that it looks really neat. But I also believe that the Into the Spider-Verse design just is all around better. From there, we have the Brooklyn Visions Academy suit, which is pretty much the classic suit, but he's just wearing a backpack and the Brooklyn Visions Academy vest, or jacket, sorry, not vest. It's all right. I'm not a huge fan of these designs most of the time, just because I feel like if they're going to do something with like regular clothing on top of the spider suit, I think it should be a little bit more unique. Like, for example, we'll take a look in a moment, the Bodega suit, which is fantastic because it actually introduces Spider-Cat. Now, from there, we transition onwards and forwards to our next really, really cool design, and this is the Crimson Cowl. So this is one of two designs that actually has the hoodie kind of design going on. I don't know why the hooded look reminds me a little bit of Assassin's Creed. Maybe that's just me. I really, really like this color combo. I like that for this one, they kind of flipped the black and red so that there's more red instead of the black, and it looks really cool and dynamic. It's a really, really sick looking design, and it definitely stands out as one of the very, very coolest suits in the game. Next up from there, number 8 on our costume list is the Strike suit, and the Strike suit is the busiest of the suits. This is insane. There's just so much going on. You can see there's armor on top of armor on top of armor, but I will say, interestingly enough, this suit does have this really, again, very memorable look, very unique look compared to everything else. And I don't know why, it almost looks kind of like a real, like as if it's a real kind of bug shell design instead of just an actual armor. I don't know how they managed to pull that off. Maybe it's with all like the little kind of lump designs that they have across the suits, but it's just a really unique look and definitely stands out. It's not one of my personal favorites in the game, but I do think it's so unique and definitely looks pretty sweet. Next up from there, we have the End suit, which is, again, one of the hooded looks, looking pretty stylish. He's got this sick looking jacket. You can see the camo pants, some cool looking boots. And again, Miles is definitely got some style when it comes to clothing. He's definitely rocking and rolling some pretty cool, sweet designs. Next up, one of my personal favorites in the game, and that is the Miles Morales 2099 suit. I don't know what it is, but I always love the futuristic 2099 costumes, whether it be in the Marvel Spider-Man game, where that was my favorite suit. Here, it's not my favorite, but it certainly is one of. I really love the... It's almost like steam coming off the glasses or the goggles. Do you see that? It looks so cool. Like, it's just such a cool attention to detail. Really, really, really cool looking for sure. The color combination is spectacular. I think it looks really cool. And I like that he has those like spikes on the arms, just like the 2099 design would have. Again, very cool design. Really well executed and very, very memorable. Speaking of memorable, there is no design much more memorable than the Miles Morales costume worn from Into the Spider-Verse. So as I had mentioned before with the animated suit, if you recall, I mentioned that this is not the Into the Spider-Verse suit because this right here is it. And by the way, this was, along with the tracksuit, another one of the pre-order suits that you can unlock. Just such an iconic look at this point. I really, really do like this design quite a bit, whether it be because of the Into the Spider-Verse movie or not. I just think it looks cool. I like that he has such a unique take on the logo here, whereas a lot of the other logos, like if we look at the logo here, it's very Spider-Man-esque, like carbon copy pretty much of the Spider-Man logo, whereas here I really do like that it's so unique and it's got kind of that spray paint feel and look to it. It's just a much more unique take, and once again I do like that this one also has that cell shaded look going on for it also. This is probably the most famous suit of Miles Morales. This is his classic suit. This is the suit that he wears in the comics, in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics. This is his kind of go-to design. You can see that obviously it is quite similar to this design right here, as well as this design up here. But It still has a few unique features to it, whether it be the actual shading on the suit itself, the actual pattern of the webbing being red, whereas on this one, obviously, it remains kind of grayish, so to speak, like the web design throughout the costume. So there is definitely distinct differences. This is the costume that Genki and Miles craft when he steps up as, like, he will be Spider-Man. This is kind of his suit that he rocks and rolls with. I think it looks cool. I think it's awesome, but I also feel like maybe this would have been the cooler design if they went ahead with that as kind of his look. I know it's so much different compared to what we expect from the classic look, but at the same time, I feel like that's kind of what Insomniac did for Advanced Suit Spider-Man, so why not do something similar for Miles? Again, that might just be me. Next up from there, we have the Uptown Pride suit. This is, of course, the suit that you unlock next to the BLM mural within the game. This is the suit that actually the city citizens gift to Spider-Man as kind of a thank you for all the hard work that he has done for everybody. They put together the suit for him. It's a really cool design. It's pretty much the exact same suit as this one, like as far as the actual look, but the key stark difference is, of course, the fact that all the red parts on the suit are actually recolored to be kind of yellowish gold sort of tone. So again, really, really cool take on another suit. Next up from there, we have the winter suit. So this is the suit that really comes together with the help of a character in the game called Haley, who gifts Miles this her scarf, her ear warmers, and her hat. I guess I don't remember her giving him like the socks or the shin guards, but I guess that happened as well. And this is pretty much obviously this costume right here, the classic suit, but with those extra few winter items equipped. Next up from there, a personal favorite of mine. This is DJ Morales, aka the Miles Morales 2020 suit. I think this is just such a sick design, so cool, so unique. I think looking back on this game, I think this will be the suit that will be most memorable. I think this suit photographs best as far as the photo mode is concerned in the game. It's just so spectacular. The reflective light off the helmet. It's just such a unique looking suit and so different to all the other ones. Definitely a personal favorite of mine. Really cool idea, really cool design with the, particularly when you really think about how important music is within the life of Miles Morales. I really think it's cool that they went ahead and added a suit that kind of represents that passion of his. Next up from there, we have the Programmable Matter suit, which is a very unique looking design. It's very kind of polygon based. You can see all these little polygons kind of come together in different formations to put together a very, the way I describe this is the Cybertruck suit, because it looks kind of like Cybertruck-esque as far as the very sharp edges and everything to the costume. Really unique. Definitely a really, really cool and standout suit as well. Speaking of cool, here's the Purple Rain suit, which is, of course, the Prowler inspired look. I really do think it's cool that we have Miles, along with his uncle, of course, Aaron Davis, who's the Prowler, kind of have that mentor-mentee relationship as well. So Miles does not only look up to Peter as Spider-Man, but he also looks up to his uncle. And so it's really cool that they went ahead and brought that together into a suit where pretty much the Prowler has created and gifts a suit to Spider-Man. I love the little details like the gauntlets on the wrists being similar to those of the Prowler. I really like, obviously, the color combination, and then also even the claws on the hands, similar to how the Prowler has those claws. From there, we have probably the most memeable of the costumes, and that is the Bodega cat suit. So as you saw right there a moment ago, the cat, there he is, Spider-Man. His name is Spider-Man also, by the way, that cat. So it's pretty much this costume right here, the classic suit, but he's wearing a hoodie. And in addition to that, he's wearing a backpack that has his trusty helper from Teo's convenience store. It is the one, or Teo's Bodega, I think it was called. It's the one and only Spider-Man, the cat right there, who's hanging out and chilling. So definitely really cool. Definitely a very, very unique and memorable costume when compared to a lot of the other kind of casual wearing suits. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Spider training suit, which is the suit that you are rewarded with when you actually complete the game for the very first time fully. Then you unlock New Game Plus, and when you launch into New Game Plus, you unlock the Spider training suit. Again, obviously, it's pretty much a casual wear attire. In fact, you could pretty much say that it's just Miles Morales, but he's wearing a Spider-Man mask, and he's not even wearing his own, like, classic new design that he has. He's actually wearing the one that he would wear, let's say, right here with the Great Responsibility suit. So this must be almost kind of a throwback to very, very early in the Miles Morales adventures as Spider-Man, because he does not have any other components to the suit that are unique to him. So with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. 19 different suits. We've taken a look at every single one, told you a bit of a story, a bit of a background for each one. Let me know in the comment section below what is your personal favorite suit. And of course, guys, don't forget to have an absolutely fantastic day. Don't forget, guys, I will be doing showcase videos for these costumes. So if you want to see them in action, taking down some Roxxon and underground goons, then stick around, make sure you're subscribed, turn on your notifications. I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye, everyone.